I hope over this past week you did plenty of opening your days with our opening day practice of here we are. And you can always go back to part one of this little series, part one and part two of opening and closing our day. Go back and there is a link to get a printout of the script to use for here we are for opening our day from our friend, Dr. Greg, who I hope you visited him on Instagram or his website also. So today we're going to talk about closing our day or closing a unit of time, whether you're moving from work to home or from home to work. This next exercise of there we are allows us to neatly transition, whether it's from day to night or, like I said, from something into something else, right? So these little mini repeatable sessions of mindfulness, they will be your friend and your introduction into a mindfulness practice. Mindfulness does not have to be overwhelming. It doesn't have to be 45 minutes of silent meditation. It doesn't even need to be 45 minutes of guided meditation. You'll see in these two opening and closing exercises that you can take each of these and make them as long or as short as you want. And you can change that each time you do it. You can create a mindfulness practice that works for you, that's easy and accessible and buildable. So these are two repeatable processes that we're learning. So last week, again, we learned open our day with here we are. And today we are going to learn there we are. And it's our closing. And it's just this brief way, like I said, to close the day or move into a different part of your day, transition. And so there's a few things that for both of these we touched on. We want to always remember that for mindfulness, it's being in that present moment, observing with non-judgment, but we can always just simply lean on and connect with our breath, the inhale and the exhale, that constant ebb and flow that we're always a part of. And what we can do is adapt any of these to our experience at the moment. Do we need a little bit more one day? Do we need a little bit less, right? All this is a way to deliberately practice setting an intention for your day, your night, creating compassion and kindness around transitioning into a new state of being, right? So what you can always do is find a comfortable spot, whether that is lying down, sitting up. You can even do this walking. This is made to be really accessible, and I hope that you find it accessible for you. So we're going to close our day with there we are. In the same fashion that we did last week with here we are, we're going to start with the first word there, then move on to we, and then are. So with there we are, so in this moment, there can signify like a pausing of time, moving from one day to the other. It's really just acknowledging a unit of time. And so for this, we're going to have it be the end of our day, right? It's just that sense of the present moment while acknowledging the passage of time, all its joys, all its challenges. And some find there to be very comforting, right? A nice conclusion to there we are. There, we've made it. One day is done. There, I'm done with work. I can move on. However that resonates with you, just take a moment with your breath and reflect on the day. So we're going to sit, starting taking a few grounding breaths of inhale and exhale. And I love to encourage all my students to just fall into your own natural rhythm of breathing right now. There's no need to change it right now. Just observe yourself breathing in and breathing out intentionally. And as we do the there, we're going to breathe into our four energetic bodies, just like we did last week. We'll breathe into the physical and out. And observing how the physical was there today. Try and observe what comes up without further evaluation. Just simply let the thoughts and feelings about how your physical body presented during this time, whether it's today or a space of time, and stay with each physical body as long as you like. So we're just breathing in awareness into our physical body and how it presented during this moment of time, this day. And exhaling and simply letting it be without any further evaluation or judgment. Our next energetic body is our emotional energetic body. So we'll be breathing into that emotional energetic body, noticing how it presented for you during this time, during this day, and exhaling and letting it be. And when you do this on your own, again, you can stay in each body for as long as you want. Next, we move to our mental body. We inhale, thinking, what was my mental state for most of this time during this day, right? How did I present? And just allowing it, no judgments, just self-awareness. Maybe today I felt pretty good mentally. I was on top of it and letting that go. Maybe today I felt chaos and clutter, acknowledging it and letting it go. And then we move on to the final of our 4 energetic bodies. It's our spiritual body. And again, like last week, this can look different for everybody. Your spiritual body may just be envisioning and imagining the divine, the vastness of the universe. It could be your image of God. It could be all of your past loved ones standing behind you, any spirit guides you may have. It may just be your higher self, but we're breathing into that space in our mind's eye that represents our spiritual body, noticing how we presented during the day. Did we carry out the intention we set with that here we go exercise from last week, where we set an intention for our day? Did we carry that out? No judgment, just acknowledging it. And then we can stay here, like I said, for as long as you'd like. Then we move on to we. And we, again, like in the morning, it continues to signify our ties with others, our inherent belonging in this vast community of the humanities and beyond, right? We reaffirms our connection. It's a quick acknowledgement to the collective or to individual people in our lives as we prepare to unwind and recharge for another day or for another time. We can leave it again as a collective, or we can breathe this releasing energy into other people. In the evening, I find this is an amazing time to release energy that I've picked up throughout the day that doesn't belong to me, that I can release back to where it came from, right? Maybe I got into an argument. Maybe I overheard an argument, right? All of that energy that we collect from other people. Somebody comes to us and they're sharing something really emotional and sensitive. We physically, as energetic bodies, take that on physically, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually. So now we can take this moment at the end of our day to release that, give energy back to where it belongs. So again, falling into your own natural rhythm of breathing as we practice the we portion of this exercise. We're going to gather the breath into me, your individual self, your individual sense of your separate self. Breathing in me. And as we breathe out, we're breathing out into the we, the collective, or all of the people that you've thought of during your day, all the people that you came across. We're just taking and breathing in me and exhaling we. It may help to say that, right? Inhaling me, we, me, we, and letting that go. Letting all of that energetic connection that you made throughout your day go. And as we round out our 3-part mindfulness practice of there we are. We're at the R. And R is just a gentle acknowledgement of where we are right here, right now, the self and the world winding down from the day or winding down from this unit of time, moving into the next. We're simply embracing the act of just absorbing it all and then releasing it. Absorbing that energy from the day, from that unit of time, and then releasing it. We're going to really focus on more of a self-observation, self-awareness. We are not going to be engaging, really. We're going to avoid the temptation to overthink. Instead, we're going to prioritize the essential need to release and recharge, to rest and sleep. So as you inhale and exhale, again, falling into your own natural rhythm of breathing, whatever that looks like for you, we're breathing in and focus your attention on closing the day where you are. And then breathing out, there we are. Or any other settling words or thoughts that work best for you, right? We can breathe in, just noticing the passing of time, and say, there we are on our exhale. Or again, words that might work for you, maybe good night, I love you, amen, om, it's over. Whatever works best for you. We're breathing into the space of the R right now and releasing all of that to prepare and recharge and move on for our day. Again, I want to give credit to Dr. Greg. And when you go to, there's a link down below here to get the printed version of this exercise. And when you do go there, there'll be a link so that you can check him out too. Check out his book, Practical Mindfulness. It's an amazing, it's an amazing way to get mindfulness into your life practically, right? Like we don't have to make it a big deal. It doesn't have to be a big deal. It can be if you want it to be, but it doesn't have to be a big deal. So that is the conclusion of our opening and closing, our opening and shutting practices of our days. You can book in, like I said, moments of time. It can be from beginning of your workday to the end of your workday. It can be beginning of the day to the end of your day, wherever that stands for you. If daily is a lot, try weekly, right? Open your week on maybe a Monday morning and closing it out on a Friday night or even a Sunday night, however that looks for you, making mindfulness easy and accessible for you. So we've got our opening day in the video before this, part 1 of our opening closing practice. And today we've wrapped it up with part 2 of our closing practice of there we are. Hope to see you guys next week. And if you haven't already, you should really go check out the Learning Circle. They actually got all of this 2 weeks ago. Everything is given to the Learning Circle first, everything I share. So I'll drop that link below too, along with the link for both the Here We Go and There We Are scripts. And I will see you next week.